Welcome to Exploring Foods with Smitty, Foodies. Well, guess what? As Mariah Carey says, it's time! Well, maybe she does it a little better than I do. But what we're making is Panera's broccoli and cheddar cheese soup. I love their soup so much. This is all of our ingredients, and we're going to get started as soon as I get everything together. So hang in there. I don't think you want me to do my Mariah Carey's impression again. I'll spare you that. Okay, so let's get started with our ingredients that we're going to need here. We are going to need 2 cups of chicken stock, which I've made from my Watkins chicken stock, and as you can see, it's all out, so that means I need to either go upstairs and get some or order some. And you're going to need nutmeg, a fourth of a teaspoon. You're going to need pepper and salt. And you're going to need 2 cups of cheese. Your broccoli, which is a half a pound of broccoli, which equals to about 3 cups. And then you're going to need onions chopped. They say to chop about a half a medium onion. So these I had in the refrigerator, was already chopped. And then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of flour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of this over to the stove. Oh, you're going to need butter. I'm going to get all of this over to the stove, and we're going to get started. I'm so excited. Okay, so what we're going to get started with is adding our butter. Just going to get it in there. I've already heated my pan. It says to use 1/4, but I use as much as I like because I like butter. So we're going to get our butter in there. And it should be already starting to melt. I am so excited for this soup. I love broccoli and cheese soup. That's just all there's to it. I don't care whose it is. Panera's, whoever's. I just love it. So what we're going to do to our butter melting is add our onions. And these are chopped up onions I had in the refrigerator already. So we're just going to let them saute. Okay, so now that our onions are sauteing, we're going to sprinkle in our flour over. Let's just get it in there. One thing about onions, they just smell good, no matter what. There we go. Okay, and we're just going to keep on stirring this, like so. I think I need to add a little bit more butter. What do you think? A little more butter never hurt anyone. Let's add some more butter. There we go. So I'm going to get this all stirred around, and when I come back, we're going to be adding our next ingredients. Okay, so what I'm going to do is whisk in my chicken stock. Get it all whisked in together. And then to this, I'm going to add my half and half. Hopefully this pot's big enough. I'm not a good pourer. That all whisked together. Put in the rest of my half and half. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cover this and let this come to a boil. And when we come back, we will be adding our other ingredients. Okay, let's keep it going. Now that my soup mixture has simmered a little, I'm going to go ahead and add in my broccoli. Just going to put it in there like so. And then I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to let it cook on low for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so let's check our soup. It's really nice and thick. Now, what I'm going to do, and you don't have to do it, is if you don't want your soup this thick, you can blend some to make it less thick. So what I'm going to do is put a scoop of the soup in a bowl. And as I said, you don't have to do this. This is just what I'm preferring to do. And it's so nice and thick, and it smells so good. And if for some reason you think that it's too thick for you, you can always add some milk to thin it out. So let me see. Let me move this soup to the back burner so that I can get this nice and thinned out. Ooh, forgot that was on. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the back burner. And this burner's not on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my bowl and set it here. I'm just going to blend it. So that it thins out a little more. As I said, you don't have to do this, but this is just my preference. And my preference is not everybody's preference, so don't worry about it. Get this set here so that it doesn't fall, which I think it's going to fall anyway. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is move my pot back to the front. Let's move this out the way. And you can truly see that green in there now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add this back to the pot, like so. And I'm just going to give it a stir. And as you can see, it's still chunky, but it's not as chunky as it was. And then you can also just take something like a potato masher, and you can just mash some of the chunkiness down that you don't want in there. Okay, so to this, let's put this back here. To this, I'm going to add this is nutmeg, salt, and pepper. Sprinkle that in. Give it a stir. That smells delish. There we go. Okay, now the next step is to add my cheese. Okay, so I'm going to put my cheese in, and then I'm going to move it to the burner over there on low so that it can melt without clumping up. So I'm just going to put this in here, and when we come back, we're going to be trying some of this. I'll tell you what, it looks and smells really delicious. Okay, so let's take a peek at our soup. And there it is, all looking delicious. So what I'm going to do is bowl some up, and when we come back, we'll be trying it. Okay, so here we go. Here is our broccoli and cheddar soup. And what I'm going to do is add more pepper, just because I like a little more pepper. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. There we go. So now, let's give it a taste. And make sure you're in the middle there. Oh, it looks so delicious. And it's cheesy. Look at that. It's real nice and cheesy. Let's give it a taste. Absolutely wonderful. And you can make this and put it into the refrigerator if you like. I'm not sure if you can freeze it. I'll have to check and see. But I tell you what, on a cold day like today, like Mariah said, it's time. And some crusty bread, yum. It's so nice and smooth. So, thank you for joining Exploring Foods with Smitty. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and stay tuned for more recipes. Love you all.